In the last episode, we learned the importance of environment in the making and breaking of habits. In today's episode, we'll learn a technique for preloading decisions to pass control of your behavior onto the environment. It's called action triggers. Peter Gallwitzer, a psychologist at NYU, pioneered the work on action triggers. In a study he did with Veronica Brand-stätter, they tracked college students who were given the option to earn extra credit by writing a paper on how they spent Christmas Eve. The catch? It had to be submitted the day after Christmas. They split the students into two groups. One group was told to use the action trigger, and the control group was not. Only 33% of students in the control group submitted the paper, but 75% of those in the action trigger group did. What was the action trigger? It was to note in advance exactly when and where they intended to write the paper. For example, one could have decided to write the paper in their father's office on Christmas morning, while the rest of the family is still asleep. Action triggers preload a decision. Imagine you're one of the students. It's Christmas. You're at home on break. The Christmas tree is lit up. Family is all around you. Parents doting on you. Siblings having conversations. There's turkey and pecan pie and chocolate truffles. Distractions are everywhere. If you haven't preloaded a decision about how you're going to do your extra credit paper, you've greatly reduced your chances of getting it done on time. By setting an action trigger, Gallwitzer says, you pass the control of your behavior onto the environment. Let's look at some potential action triggers for a software development team. Say you're going to practice pair programming, but you're just not getting around to it. The daily stand-up on a team that practices Scrum potentially provides an opportunity to set up your pair programming partners for the day. You can resolve to proceed directly from your stand-up to your pairing session. Say you want to practice test-driven development, but your habit is to write the code first. If you're pairing, your action trigger could be, when I pick up a story from the backlog and I'm at the keyboard, write a test first. And if I pick up a story from the backlog and I'm not at the keyboard, my action is to prompt my partner to write a test. Maybe even write this into the story card. That's kind of what acceptance criteria are. The more difficult the action, the more effective action triggers are. In a study of patients recovering from knee and hip surgeries, those who set action triggers, like writing down when and where they plan to go for a walk as part of their rehabilitation, took dramatically less time to regain their mobility, bathing themselves in 3 weeks instead of 7. Standing up in 3.5 weeks instead of nearly 8, and getting in and out of their car in 1 month instead of 2.5. Action triggers aren't foolproof, though. Action triggers do little to help people quit smoking, thanks to the chemical dependence on nicotine. Try this at your next retrospective. When your team decides what practice you're all going to start doing for the next iteration, have the team decide when and where they're going to put the new practice to work. Get them to set an action trigger, and then set one for yourself. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. On LinkedIn, click the follow button next to my name. On IGTV, you can just click the person icon with the plus next to it.